Hello, everybody. Got another recommendation here on a resource. Today, I want to talk to you about the Exegetical Summary series. Now, I got these in a Logos package. I use Logos Bible software every day. We're using it right now for our translation work into Newbie that we've just begun just a few days ago and things like that. And this is actually one of the resources I found. I've had it for a long time, haven't really been using it. I've started looking into it, and I think this is a resource that's very valuable for pastors, missionaries, students of the biblical languages, potential translators, things like this. This thing is excellent, especially if you're preparing exegetical sermons. So, as you can see by the name, it's called the Exegetical Summary Series. It's a set of commentaries. And as you can see here, first of all, let's talk about it. It was produced by SIL International. I believe that's the Summer Institute of Linguistics. And basically, the idea of this series is that it summarizes and organizes information from major Bible commentaries and lexicons. And then basically it walks you through the text, and it'll kind of give you a summary of what different viewpoints are on certain phrases and things like that. So it's really helpful because in a sense it does a lot of work for you and helping you understand different interpretational options. And we're going to look at it here in a minute. And so let me go here. Let me just kind of give you an idea. Now, I do need to say a couple things. Unfortunately, I do think that they do kind of like a semi-literal translation here, and it's not from the Textus Receptus. Unfortunately, it's from the critical text. But even still, I think this resource is great. I want to just walk you through. So what they do is they have a section called lexicon on each passage where if you don't understand a whole lot of Greek and Hebrew, this might be a little bit difficult for you, but it'll give you the different words, like genao is the word born that you see, born of water, born of the Spirit, and it'll summarize some different translations and things, whatever. To me, that's such a minor point of this commentary. It's not the reason why I'm recommending it, but it's there, and it is actually helpful. Now, the interesting thing is there's all these exegetical questions. And a lot of times they ask questions and they put on things that you probably wouldn't think about. So it's like water. What does it mean by being born of water? Now, this is not telling you what they think. They're giving you the options. So number one, a lot of people say it's talking about baptism. And it's going to walk you through what people say about water baptism and things like that, okay? And then it's going to give you the different interpretational options. So it says here, you can look at that. What does it mean to be born of the pneumatos, the Spirit? And it's going to walk you through these things. What does it mean to enter the kingdom? These are all things that a lot of times maybe we don't think about and we take it for granted. So the thing about this commentary is it really will force you to think through a passage. What does it mean? It's going to force you to go, what is this passage saying? What is the meaning of the kingdom of God? Have you ever wondered and really even thought about that? And it's going to give you different things here and talk about them. There were even some interesting ones as I was looking through here. Here's interesting. What is the significance of the change from you singular to you plural? Okay, so I just kind of been jumping around this commentary, and I'm really impressed with the questions that are asked. Really force you to think through the text. This commentary is worthwhile just for these questions, not even maybe the other information, but it is nice because there are different things where it's going to give you different interpretational options. So, I don't know. Let's just go to 1 Corinthians 13, verse 8. Love never fails, but if there are prophecies, if there are tongues, they will cease. It's on the lexicon. What are the three gifts mentioned? I mean, you could just kind of see it really, okay, here's a great question, okay? For we know in part and we prophesy in part. And then it says, how do we know and prophesy in part? They're saying it's giving the some of the different options And of course, I don't agree with everything. I don't even know what most of the theological bent is on this. But I do know, like in a lot of places, it's going to give different senses for different things that are here. So again, I think the strength of this commentary is the questions it's going to force you to think through. And you probably will find, and I'm sure I found things that I disagree with this, like, but this exegetical summary series is very good. If you're a pastor and you're doing an expository series through a book of the Bible, I would highly recommend you pick up the volume for the exegetical summary series. Now, unfortunately, I think the only digital, like if you want the full copy on Logos, you can see here it's like $4.99. You could probably get it in another bundle, which that I got it in a bundle. I got a bundle for anticipation of translation, and I've not regretted it. I want to, by the way, let me highly recommend Logos Bible software. If you're a Bible teacher, you're a Bible college student, you're getting ready to maybe you think you're going to go into the ministry, invest in a Logos Bible software library. Now, their libraries are very expensive, but if you were to look at like in any one of their packages, like some packages are like $800, $1,500. Now you can get on payment plans, and they can stretch those payment plans out like a good amount. But when you look at like the price of like a Logos library on the individual resource, what you would pay if you bought all those resources in print, you're saving a lot of money. And maybe sometime in the future I might do like a recommendation on like a Logos package or whatever. But I just want to highly recommend to you the Exegetical Summary series. I think you can get the Exegetical Summary series. I think you can buy. They do have hardcover books. I think you can buy them on Amazon. And I think they have them for like every book. Yeah, like okay. See, here's the Exegetical Summary for 1 Peter. Okay, so highly recommend the Exegetical Summary series. I think every book the cover looks like this. So, yeah, it's my recommendation. This is like when I prepare for sermons, the first commentary that I read is actually called the Bible Background Commentary series, and this is the second one that I read, because even though I'm not going to agree with everything in the commentary, this commentary is going to really force me to think through the passage that I'm preaching through. It's going to force me, and it's going to make this, I think it's going to make you think of things, and it's going to summarize different ways that people understand it, and you don't have to agree with it. Like, it quotes all like, okay, the New Jerusalem Bible, I don't think is a good Bible translation. Okay, but it's going to tell you like, okay, here's what the KJV says. Like, you don't have to agree with all this stuff, okay? It's just giving you information, okay? But these questions that are asked are very good questions. Like, let's look at, okay, maybe you've ever wondered, I don't have the volume on John 16. What does the word world refer to here? Anyway, there's all sorts of stuff in here. I'm sure I can find a lot of things in here that I won't agree with. But, okay, this is a great one right here. In John 1, verse 12, what does it mean by the phrase believing in his name? I think this is a reference to John, to as many as believed in his name. And it's going to say, like, it means believing in the person named. They're going to give you these different ideas. It implies trust. It's more than accepting the truth. It involves trust. To believe is to believe he really is what his title says he is. It means to accept him as the Son of God and the Messiah. Like, these are all different interpretational options that it's going to give you. Like, the ICC is the International Critical Commentary. The IVP is the International Varsity Press Commentary. What is meant by the word exousia, right? That, I think it would be authority in the King James. What is meant by children. These are all really, really, it's just, I hope you can see, like, as an expositor of the Bible, You know, sometimes it's like, sometimes we don't even ask the right questions when we're reading. We don't really think about it. If you have this commentary when you're preparing a message or you're studying a passage, it's going to force you to think through it. So I'm recommending this commentary literally, basically for the questions that it asks. And the lexicon information will be good. You could find some helpful things. But again, you know, I mean, you can even see that, you could tell that it's not intending to just, I think one of the things I really like about this, it's not intending exactly to tell you what to think. And you could see that by how in the born of water thing, it's going to tell you, okay, these people are saying it's water baptism and here's why. And this is why it's not water baptism and here's what other people are thinking. So that it's just helpful. Obviously, I don't believe that John 3:5 is referring to water baptism, but it's definitely nice to know, like, the people who say it is, here's what they say. You know, like over here in Uganda, we're dealing with Pentecostal charismatic. I'm sure if I go to passages on like eternal security, I'm going to get multiple views. This is just going to help you to think through stuff. And anyway, so I commend to you the Exegetical Summary series of Bible commentaries. If you like this, like the video, subscribe. If you got any comments, please leave those comments. I'm interested to know, what do you think about this exegetical summary? So, thank you.